Hey guys, it's Abby, and today's video is going to be a service dog gear haul. And if you want to know what gear I use for my service animal, even like during the summer, I keep on watching. Sorry, her gear is all the way back here. So I have a couple different types of gear. I have moved in the past 2 to 3 years a couple times, so some of it got lost in the move. But I have like the majority of her gear with me. That to me is more important gear, you could say. I lost her service animal dog leash. But the first piece, this isn't really gear, but when I flew up here, I had a public access issue and I really needed an ADA law card, but as you can tell, we got up here, but they made us pay for my service animal, and she wasn't pulling or barking. She was doing her downstays. She kept tasking when necessary, and she pretty much still slept the whole flight, not one peep out of her, and that was her first time ever on an airplane. And the lady looked at me, and I told her, this dog is protected under both state and federal law, and you are telling me it is okay to break that law. So ever since I ordered these off of Chewy for my service animal, you can get them off of Amazon if you have a service animal. And today was a day I was so grateful for my service animal, because she just really did help me with light pressure therapy. I had a rough day, but I'm glad I had her to help me. She's able to bring me water, like in my question and answers. You would know the task, and I've did a separate video on that in the past. But ADA law cards, I never leave the house without at least 4 or 5 ADA law cards, because also, I've mentioned on my channel that I've had public access issues with fake teams, and if the dog's well behaved and they're far away from me, I don't care if it's an ESA, even though I probably should. I don't care if it's an ESA, but if it's well behaved. But if it's a threat, I will talk to a manager, and I will give him a federal law card. One lady, I was actually at the store with my service animal, and she was doing her blocking, like standing in between me and her. Like, even if the dog looks like it's just standing there, you still don't pet it, because for one of her psychiatric tasks, it's to block people from me. And that lady caused like a really bad episode, because I don't really need to explain, but let's get further on into her gear. For her summer gear, this is her harness. She is a Chihuahua, keep in mind. I put the service dog patches on here from Chewy, so even if she's out in public, she's still identified as a service animal. And under the American with Disabilities Act of 1990, service animals do not have to be labeled whatsoever. My dog does not need to be labeled in any way, shape, or form. But this is her summer harness. I really like it. It's pink and purple, like most of the gear I'm going to show you that I haven't lost. But I really like it because it's easy for her to just slip on, and she's labeled as a service dog. And yes, before you guys ask, my dog was properly trained. She did public access test. In the United States, you can own or train your service animal. That's what I did. So you don't have to worry about like where'd you get her trained and all of that fun jazz. I owner trained her, which is allowed. But this is her summer gear. This is just a basic vest from Chewy. And what I like to do is if I'm ever traveling with her, this is her travel service dog harness. And a lot of people think with a small service animal, they don't need the handle. But you would actually be surprised on how much I actually use the handle more than people think. Even though she is a small service animal, I always have a leash on her because one of her tasks is to guide me out of a store, so she can guide me out with her leash. That's why I always have a leash on her. So like if I can't figure out what to do and I'm having a flashback or something, she can guide me towards an exit in a store. So days I have that are off and traveling days I have that are off, this is her go-to harness / vest. This is the last piece of gear, but this is also my favorite piece of gear. I got it from Etsy, and it's from Salty's Gear Dog. And what I love about what this company does with their service dog gear is they will not give you service dog gear, any form of it, even a patch, because a lot of people have fake service animals, and it has caused episodes for me, like either medical or psychiatric episodes. Even psychiatric episodes or medical alert episodes. But people who fake service animals and they're just barking and growling at I had to pick up my dog because someone had an untrained ESA in public. So if you're ever going to take your dog in a public, make sure it's trained like me and my sister's dogs are. But this is her customized gear, just like her other one. This says, if you're going to stare, at least follow me on Instagram at Carter the Service Dog. Because when I'm in public, I get really just like strange looks, because they're just like, well, you don't look disabled, so why do you need a service animal? And I'm like, well, that's actually really none of your business. But if you want to know more about service animals, I do have an Instagram, and I have this patch that says no touch, no talk, no eye contact, because if you touch my service animal, she can miss an alert. You talk to her, she can miss an alert. Eye contact, like I get it, but it's also it's distracting to the handler, and the it's distracting to the handler and the service animal. Even though they are highly trained, they are not robots. This patch says service dog, no touch, no talk, no eye contact, and no pictures. And then this one, so like if stores are wondering what tasks she does, this patch basically just says it. It's a medical alert and psychiatric alert. I do have PTSD, so she's very well known around that aspect for my task. But for her task I also have some high blood pressure and low blood sugar stuff. So this patch basically says what task she does without having a store owner come up to me. And she knows, like, when her vest is on, she's definitely that service dog. When the vest is on, or any of the other harnesses are on its work mode, and when it comes off, she's a normal dog. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more content, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.